So I just played a Mario Kart World created by Shigeru Miyamoto. I have not shared this before, but I am not only a very big Mario fan, but I am also a very big Mario Kart fan. I've played all of them since Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube. I've loved all the ones that I've played. So I was super excited for this game. All the trailers made it look great, and honestly, it's kind of the entire reason I bought a Switch 2. Like, I know I'm going to buy other games for the Switch 2, obviously, so it's like an investment in the long run. But the fact that Mario Kart World was a launch title was the main reason I wanted to get it at launch. And so I guess before I get into Mario Kart World, I'll give some brief thoughts on the Switch 2 itself. I think it is very cool that it has such a big screen. It's like one of the most impressive like handheld devices that's also a console. The magnetic joysticks I think are a bit easier to remove, and it's going to make it easier to not damage the console by just removing the joysticks. I will say one of my joysticks sometimes disconnects from the console when I have the joysticks removed from the console and I'm playing it on the TV. One of them does disconnect sometimes, but that's happened on my regular Switch, so it's not like, and I'm sure it was just needed a charge. I'm looking forward to playing some of the new Switch 2 games coming out, like Donkey Kong Bonanza looks like fun. I'm definitely going to get the new Sonic Racing game when that comes out. So yeah, Switch 2 so far, I will say, not the best console, but hey, I am at the very least, I liked what I've played so far. And yeah, so now we are getting to Mario Kart World, and my thoughts on that are this might be my new favorite Mario Kart game. Honestly, it is really fun. Like, before Mario Kart 8 on the Switch was my favorite, this one might be my new favorite, if I'm being honest. So the controls and the graphics, like they've stayed consistently great since the previous Mario Karts. Like, pretty much every Mario Kart has looked good and they've controlled well, and this one continues that tradition. I like how some of the graphics are a bit more like cartoony. Like, for example, when you get hit by lightning, it kind of, instead of you just shrinking, your characters kind of make cartoony poses, and like all the cartoony poses the characters make while like doing tricks in the air are fun. Some of the tracks, like a lot of the tracks here I really like. Some tracks here are just amazing. DK Spaceport's probably my favorite in the game. It is just so cool that you're able to race on like essentially the Donkey Kong level. Wario Shipyard is a great adaptation of that level from 3DS, and I love how you're able to drive on the water now. I think driving on the water is fun. That I also liked Faraway Oasis for that reason. Down Dino Jungle, another great update on an old track. Like, I just love how they took just a basic Dino Jungle and made it basically Jurassic Park. That's awesome. Boo Cinema, incredibly creative. The fact you're able to race inside of a movie, and I love all the little touches they have inside of the film. And the Bowser's Castle here is a lot of fun. I really like racing on that one too. Increasing the participants in a race to 24, I think, makes every race even more hectic and chaotic, and that just makes it even more fun. I like some of the new items they added in here, like the feather that gives you a little boost in the air. That's cool. I like the ice flower, which realistically is not that much different from the fire flower, but it's just cool to have more Mario items in this game. I love driving from track to track in Grand Prix and Knockout Tour. Like, that is just so fun. And the way, and they're not poorly designed, and they're not poorly designed. They're like, some of them are like just kind of roads, but like each one at least has something on it that still makes it fun to drive on, especially with, again, the 24 people. I will admit there are some tracks where it's kind of like it's only some tracks are more fun when you like actually do more laps on them, which you can't do if you drive from one track to the other. But that's what versus mode is for. And I like how they have all these different roads between tracks in versus mode that you wouldn't get in Grand Prix and Knockout Tour. I like that they put that much thought and detail into it. That's pretty cool. There's a great selection of characters. I love how you're just able to play as all these like NPCs from previous Mario games. That's really cool. I will admit Donkey Kong's new design I'm still getting used to. I don't know I don't really love the way his eyes look. That's just weird to me, but outside of that, all the characters look great and they're fun to play. In terms of any complaints, um, obviously, again, it is Mario Kart. There are some tracks that are kind of whatever, like Koopa Troopa Beach, literally just driving a circle on a beach 5 times. Moo Moo Meadows, just kind of like, of all the tracks you could bring back, why are you bringing back Moo Moo Meadows? You bring it back every time, give us something different. And yeah, a Mario Circuit, just kind of a boring Mario Circuit track, and it's even like closer to the end game, which is kind of like, I'm sorry, how do you think it's a good idea to put a basic track like that so close to the end of the game? I've always found I find it kind of hard to perform rail grinds. Like I will literally drive onto the like I'll drive right onto the rail and it'll be like, oh no, you didn't drive on the rail. You're gonna go off now. Like I'm sorry, why is that happening? Even when I like perform the instructions of like holding down the rail button before the grind button before I drive onto it, it can be difficult to actually grind on rails. And I, for the life of me, cannot figure out how to drive on walls. I've looked at tutorials. I've like tried so many times. I do it by accident for a few seconds sometimes, but outside of that, I find it very difficult to actually drive on the walls. And I do not like how many characters and costumes you have to rely on luck to unlock. Like I know there are certain foods that unlock certain costumes for characters, which at least that's an exploit you can take advantage of, but like with so many of the NPC characters, there's no solid method to unlock them. You just kind of have to hope that whenever the Kamek item goes off, it gives you a character you don't have, which I just find really annoying. Like, I just want to give me a solid method to unlock these characters, like complete this or do this. Don't just have it be luck based. I just want to play some of these characters, and it's annoying. And speaking of, and I'm gonna and I'll jump into free roam, which it's cool that you can do it, but at the same time, it's kind of disappointing that there's not a lot. Like there's stuff to do, but in my opinion, there's not much incentive to actually do anything. Like all you really get is stickers that don't. You barely even see the stickers in actual gameplay. So I'm just kind of like, I kind of find myself asking after a little bit, what is the point of me even doing this if I'm not getting anything out of it? Like again, if you unlocked characters and costumes through missions in the free roam, or like you have to complete a certain number of missions to unlock a character, then that would at least inspire me to more play free roam. That would at least make me want to play it more. And also, by the way, I'm just disappointed that free roam is not multiplayer. Like, how I don't want to be. I'm sure that with a graphically technical game like this, it would be difficult, but there must have been some way to do it, even if it was just like you can't go off too far from each other or something like that. Like again, I probably would have been inspired to play more, do some of the missions if it was like me and some friends competing with each other to see how many missions we could do or how fast we could do a mission together. But as is, it's just kind of like, what's the point of free roam? It's cool that you can do it, but I'm like, I don't have much incentive to actually play it. But those complaints aside, this is still an incredibly fun Mario Kart game. I'm gonna keep playing this for years to come. I just know it. It's one of my new favorites, and it's just, honestly, it's kind of made me really glad about the Switch too, if only for the fact that I get to play this. And I'm gonna give Mario Kart World an A. And I know that we're probably gonna get DLC tracks in the future, so maybe I'll do like a short review, like a shorts review whenever one of those comes out. We'll see. I hope those are cool. So those are my thoughts on Mario Kart World. If you've played the game, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to see more reviews like this in the future. And on that note, I will see you next time. Have a great day.